Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? I hope you had a beautiful day today. It's been raining since morning in California and it's now about 5:30 p.m. I want to make dinner and I'll be making plantain and beans. There are different ways to make plantain and beans, and this is one of the ways I make my plantain and beans. And I want to quickly show you guys how I make this beans. And also, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you've been coming and you have not even think about subscribing, please, I also appreciate you stopping by. And then, did you guys see my hair? A few days ago I did a rice water rinse on my hair and I love the result. Okay guys, thank you so much. So let's get to the kitchen. Make sure you click the subscription button and you subscribe and click the bell button to give you a notification whenever I upload a new video. I love you guys. Thank you for your support and thank you for everything you do to support me on my channel. Let's get to the kitchen. The first thing I did was to add just 2 cups of water and cover the pot and allow it to come to a boil. Then we'll wash the beans and add it to the pot. So now we'll be adding the beans. I already washed it, out of the water. So just add it to the pot and cover your pot to cook for let it cook for at least 30 minutes. Then you check. So while the beans is cooking, we are going to cut the tomatoes and the plantain and every other thing. See the water that came out from it. So what I did here was to add some 3 cups of water to the pot and allow it to come to a boil, and I add the beans back to the pot. I wash it off before because I always like to wash off the beans before I start cooking it. So and just add everything together and cover the pot, and then we're going to make the sauce. This is one of the ways you can add everything in your pot, but I decided to make a sauce for the beans. So what I did was to add 3 tablespoons of palm oil, and I also add the onions and I begin to fry it, because it gives it another flavor. So you just fry the onions in the oil for about 2 minutes, then we'll add the sliced tomatoes. We are doing all these things and we are waiting for the beans to cook. We want to make sure that the beans is well cooked before we add the sauce. I add the onions, I add some salt, and we begin to fry it again, mix all of them together, then and set it aside. We're going to check the beans to see how it's doing. As you can see now, the beans is already cooked, so I add the remaining onions to the beans, and also I'll be adding some of the crayfish. I'll be adding some to the sauce and some to the crayfish. So guys, just do whatever you want to do with your beans and your plantain. So I add some salt, just a little bit of salt to the beans, and then we'll cover it and it's still cooking. Let's check the sauce. So the sauce is now ready. It's now ready. At least the sourness from the tomato is already gone. Then we'll add the crayfish. I added the crayfish and then just mix everything together, and the sauce is ready to go to be added to the pot of the beans. So guys, this is how I like preparing my beans and plantain. It's so tasty. Just try this method, you will love it. So now the sauce is ready. Let me tell you one thing, you can use this sauce to eat your yam or your plantain. So guys, the beans is cooked and we'll be adding the plantain. I use like ripe plantain, but if you're using unripe plantain, you will add it earlier. So the plantain is ripe but not overripe, so I add the ripe plantain to the beans, and then make sure that you use your spatula to press it down to the beans. Then now I'm adding the sauce on top of the plantain. Add all of them and mix it together. I want it to be so sweet. I added all the sauce to the beans and the plantain. So beans and plantain is one of my favorite food when I was growing up, and I also want to teach my children how to eat this, but they don't like it. So I'll be adding this mackerel. I got this mackerel from Dollar Tree. It's just $1, and it has a lot of juice inside. I'll be adding the juice first, then I'll add the mackerel later. This is gonna be so delicious, guys. Did you see all the ingredients we use in making this? And even the juice from the fish. So you add everything in the pot, and then I'll add the mackerel later. Then I cover the pot and allow it to cook for just about 15 minutes because the plantain is ripe. So at about after 10 minutes I cover the pot. I decided to add the fish so that it will cook and go inside the beans. Everything will be well combined so well. So add everything together, cover the pot to cook for another 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, we're going to check and see how the beans and plantain is doing. Did you see, guys? It's already done. We are done making this food, nothing else. So let me check the plantain. Plantain is well cooked, and yeah, it's ready. The food is ready. And if you have any vegetable, now I'm adding a basil leaf. In those days in Nigeria, we used to add scent leaf, but I don't have scent leaf right now, so I'm adding basil leaf. If you have a pumpkin leaf, that's ugu. If you have any other vegetable of your choice, you can go ahead and add it right away. So after adding the vegetable, you just make sure that you stir the food and mix all of them together. Let them marry each other, let them enjoy each other in that pot, which is very, very important. So the beans and plantain is ready. After adding the vegetable, I decided to cover the pot and allow it to simmer for just 2 minutes. Then we'll check back the pot again in 2 minutes. So after 2 minutes, let's check the spots. Check this. Oh my goodness, guys, the beans and plantain is doing so well inside the pot. I feel like stirring it again, and that is what I'm doing. So we are done making this. The beans and plantain is ready, guys. I want you to try this, method of making your beans and plantain. Let's see. Cooking is all about improvising. So, guys, we are done. But before I cover the pot or before I serve it, I have to test for salt. Make sure you test for salt, to know if you still want to add more or less. If you want to add more or the quantity is enough. So that's it. We are done with this food. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for stopping by. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and comment. Let me know what you think about this particular recipe that I use for this. Have you tried making your beans this way? Just leave me a comment down there and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I like reading your comments. I like, tell me something about this beans and plantain. I would do appreciate that. So I love you guys. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a beautiful evening. Bye bye.